Hamas is not a terrorist organization.
Look. Now we're really getting into the deep.
You brought up this.
Listen, this is deep, dark, and murky now. We're really getting to the shit, aren't we?
I was going to start talking about eating people versus dogs, but you brought up the Israeli-Palestinian problem.
Hang on a minute.
Look at that little guy. That is a cute little dog. Dogs are better than cats.
Yeah, I suppose strongly agree.
All right.
I would say. Yeah, okay, we can do that.
Okay. It is better to have one dog than it is to have two dogs.
No, I don't. I don't. I'll slightly disagree on that.
Okay, why do you only slightly disagree?
Well, because I don't want to come across as too belligerent. I don't want to come across as too belligerent, but it depends on the situation. If you're in a homestead somewhere, then you might need more than one dog. So it very much depends on where you're at in your life, whether you have 1 dog, 3 dogs, 10 dogs. I can only handle 1 dog, and she's there.
But if you had another dog, wouldn't she have company?
No, I think she would find it challenging, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because she's older now?
Because she'd think that someone else was taking the affection that I give her would be split. So I think she might find that challenging. I mean, that could be my interpretation as a human being.
Yeah.
Anthropomorphizing, or whatever that word is.
Yeah.
But I couldn't manage 2 dogs anyway. So it's a hypothetical question.
It is unethical to eat dogs.
Unethical. Again, yeah, I suppose. You're very strident. You kind of you will just do it just for the clicks on YouTube.
No, I actually agree that it's unethical, strongly unethical to eat dog.
But surely it's more unethical for people not to be in a position to have food that they are ending up eating dogs.
So in other words, would I rather people starve to death or eat dogs?
Exactly. Yes, that's what I'm posing to you. What do we do now?
So let's do that.
Okay, let's go there.
Let's go there. So it is it is unethical to eat dogs unless people would starve to death.
And I agree. So we've become. Oh, sorry.
That's fine. No, she's fine.
It's all right.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. So we agree on that.
Okay.
Because I would say in normal parlance and normal situation, yeah, we don't eat dogs. But if we were absolutely starving, then of course we're going to do anything to survive, aren't we?
I would rather eat a dog than a cat.
Well, no, hang on. I agree, because there's more meat on a dog than a cat.
Really? You'd rather?
Purely bone.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think if it came to it, then I'd rather eat dog than cat, because there's nothing on a cat, even a really big cat.
But you like cat. You like.
I like to survive, and I will survive. Whatever comes, I will survive. That will be my end thing. That no matter what, I will have to say to whoever I go to when I meet my maker, if there is such a maker, I will say, whatever I did it to survive. I didn't do it to be cruel or to be malicious.
Okay. If the UK government passed a law...
Oh, Lord, now we're getting on to politics, right?
No, you're going to like this.
Okay.
If the UK government passed a law that I would have to give up my dog so that the people of Syria could eat it because they have no food, I would give up my dog. I'm staying on strongly disagree. So there's a law that you have to give up your dog for the people of Syria because they're hungry.
No, I would strongly disagree with that.
Okay. We can share the
because
yeah.
Because actually what needs to happen there
Yeah.
is that they need to talk. Both sides need to talk. Nothing is gonna happen if they keep throwing bombs at each other. But
you wouldn't give up Lulu?
No, I would not give up Lulu. I would put myself between a bullet and my dog. I would die for my dog. But yeah, I would. She's absolutely everything to me.
Here's another one. There is no circumstance in which I would eat my dog.
There's no sense. Well, I'm gonna pass and go to neutral. Because I don't like this game anymore.
You don't like this game?
No, because it's not really a game. And when you get to it, I'm going to pass. This is snakes and ladders now.
Okay.
But in terms of the Syria question,
yeah.
At the moment, there seems to be almost like people are forgetting that the Palestinian people have been under such horrendous blockades and problems for years. If you keep hitting somebody, they will end up punching you on the nose because they've had enough. And so whichever side you're on, in the end, the war is only going to stop if people sit down and talk. And they have to acknowledge that if what's happening on one side is wrong, then equally what happens on the other side is also wrong. You can't say that what one side did is okay, but what the other side did, which was the same, is somehow different. You just have to play straight bat and have to be really clear about what happens. And it's a really difficult situation. It's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous.
Okay, then I wasn't going to bring up the Israeli-Palestine question, but since you brought it up.
Yes, which was kind of where I was right from the beginning.
Good, because you saved yourself the question I was going to ask you.
Oh, Lord.
Which was, I'd rather eat a person than Lulu. But I'm not going to ask you that question.
Please don't ask me that question.
No, I'm not going to ask you that question.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Well, that is really, really a conflict. A bit like Northern Ireland and Ireland, really.
Israel has a right to exist. I'll stand on a strongly agree.
Yeah.
Well, if you're then you're on the agree or strongly strongly.
Well, I would say agree.
Okay.
But to the same question, to the same point.
Yeah.
The Palestinian people have a right for their space and not to feel overwhelmed and put under blockade, etc., etc.
Hamas is not a terrorist organization.
Look, now we're really getting into the deep.
You brought up this.
Listen, this is deep, dark, and murky now. We're really getting to the shit, aren't we?
I was going to start talking about eating people versus dogs, but you brought up the Israeli-Palestinian problem.
But in a way, isn't what's happening? It's worse.
Okay, but is Hamas is not a terrorist organization?
Well, Lulu's having an issue.
Lulu slightly agrees, but what do you think?
Agrees. I would.
Go to a mat. Go to a mat.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Hamas is not a terrorist organization.
Oh no. Well, I'm gonna have to go to.
Okay.
I disagree.
Why do you think that?
Because they are so extreme. It's like when people talk about the Muslim faith and the Quran, etc., etc. Not everybody is going to be in that extreme. There's a continuum. And if everyone's always focused on the really severe side of things, then again, it's not really saying what the average person, the average Joe who's living there is thinking about.
Okay. Religion plays a role in the Israeli-Palestinian problem? A role.
It's not just a role. It's absolutely fundamental.
Oh, then how come you're not on the strongly agree?
Well, because you're getting a bit close. Can you move
Okay,
back, please?
yeah, I go there. There we go.
There you go. No,
Okay.
I strongly agree. Yeah.
Okay, tell me why.
Because it is all based on religion. The whole the space that the both groups occupy is contested, and in order to control the people, they use the narrative of what's happened in the past. They'll use either the Bible or they'll use their holy book. I mean, there's so much of a string and a thread that should unite people as opposed to cause them to...
I am optimistic that in the next 10 years, we will solve the Israeli-Palestinian problem.
Oh, I'm optimistic. 10 years. No, I think not 10 years. I want it sooner than that.
But are you optimistic that it will be solved?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go.
Oh, you think it's going to be solved in 10 years?
I think we've got right people. I mean, look, lots of things happen, but if you only ever think one way, you've got to change the narrative. You've got to change the picture. You've got to try and show the other side what it's like from your perspective. So unless you do that, no one's going to know how it feels to be you. So you put them in the clothes of the other side. You show them what it's like to live. And that's what that girl did, actually. There was a young girl on that showed her situation, and she put it on YouTube, and it was amazing.
Here's my next question for you.
Okay.
If by magic tomorrow
Yeah.
everybody was an atheist,
Okay.
the Israeli-Palestinian problem would be easier to solve.
Yeah, well, because it's, yeah. Well, I mean, that kind of stands to reason in a way. If everyone's an atheist, then there's going to be no fight, no thing in the game, is there? No skin in the game, because it's not, the space will just be seen as everybody's.
Hatred of Jews is not at all responsible for the conflict. Hatred of Jews is not at all responsible for the conflict.
Do you know what? You know what I'm going to say to this?
What?
Is that I'm beginning to find the questioning, because it becomes a yes and no.
Oh.
And it's got to be a bit more nuanced.
How
than
about
that.
this? You ask me the questions. You ask me any questions you want.
How do you think this situation in Israel is going to be solved? What do you think is going to happen? How is it going to get
Okay,
resolved?
how about this? How about this?
Big
So
question.
instead of a question, how about
Okay.
make a claim, like say, the situation in Israel will be solved by a two-state solution. How about that?
Okay.
So why don't you ask me that one?
Right. Well, yes. You've just answered your own question
Oh,
by
okay. Well, then
posing
I'll
a
move
question.
over here.
However, do you think that the two-state solution with regards to Palestine and Israel, do you think that will work? Do you think that is going to happen?
I don't know, but I think it's probably the best shot we have.
It's the best shot. And who do you
But
think...
I don't know if it will work, to answer your question.
Yeah. So...
Why do you think it will work? Do you think it's the best?
I think it's a solution.
Is it the best solution?
Well, that would mean that I know everything, and of course none of us know everything.
Is it the best solution you know of?
It's the best solution that's been put out there.
So you're going to strongly agree or agree?
Yeah, strongly agree.
Okay, I'll move over here to not cramp your style.
No, it's not that. It's about personal space.
Okay.
But anyway, we won't go there.
Okay, okay. So, you ask me a question now.
Yeah. What's it like doing this, standing in Regent's Park, trying to get people to talk to you about anything they want to talk about? Because it must be really tough.
I don't like the actual kind of getting people over. But
Okay.
once we do it, I find everybody. I've never had a single person in all the time I've done this who has not liked it.
Oh, okay.
Not one person. Every single person has liked it.
I have to say, I have seen you before, so I did understand the concept.
Oh, you've seen these videos.
I've seen.
You've seen my videos.
Yeah, I've seen a couple, and you were doing things with. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
Oh,
yeah,
so that's why you
I
came
did-
over.
Well, I was interested as to whether or not what we would end up talking about. And
Well, I
you
was
do-
going
and
to
you
talk
do
about
seem-
Lulu, but you changed the subject on
And you
me.
do, but you do seem very open to talk about literally anything. So, I mean, that shows quite a lot of chutzpah, really, because you don't know what's going to land in your lap.
True.
And I think it's a bit of a hot topic. Hot as in difficult to talk about.
Well, I
know.
believe that people can learn how to think through issues and learn how to do so in a civil way. I don't
Okay.
think it's particularly difficult to do.
Well, why do our politicians find it so hard to actually be congruent and honest and just straight? I think that's where we have really got a problem, because we've got a left-wing party that seems more conservative. We've got a conservative prime minister that's more socialist.
Yeah.
And it's just really mucked up, and everything, in the end, everything remains the same. It's like moving the chairs on the Titanic.
Oh, did Lulu hurt her leg?
She did. She had an operation when she was
Oh.
about 6 months old.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, I think to answer your question, it's
Yes.
because politicians aren't concerned about truth, they're concerned about re-election.
Wow. And isn't that the same in America too?
Yeah,
They all-
I also think the process by which one gets elected,
Yeah.
you can be good at that,
Uh-huh.
but not be. I'm trying to get the sun out of your eyes.
Yeah, thank you
But-
so much.
Yeah, but not be good once you're in office.
Exactly. And nobody really holds anyone truly to account.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got some reason for just being in a place. But really, when you want to change something, you can't wait for the government to do it. You have to do it. Because people need help now.
What do people need help with?
I think people need space to talk about things, like doing something like this. But I find art really helpful, and just sitting with people and talking about things that mean that are important to them.
And you think you think we've lost that, or?
Yeah, I think everybody's looking down at their phones. I think that doing what we're doing is really tough on young people.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't know how to do that now.
Well, they're not learning it in schools. That's a fact.
Yeah, and it makes it harder when you're having to be in another kind of situation to be able to actually know your own thoughts, be able
I
to
agree.
speak what you need to say.
You know, one of the real shames of this is that this is so easy to do. Like literally anybody can do this.
But if it was easy, really genuinely easy,
Yeah.
more people would do it. It isn't easy to do what you do.
I don't know. I think people.
You can learn the skills maybe, and you need to have experience and be shown and have opportunity to
Yeah.
do what you're doing. I had to take a leap of faith that I wasn't going to be hijacked with what's happening now.
Oh, you mean in this conversation?
Yeah, of course. I had to be mindful of what's going, where's it going, how am I going to be seen, what could possibly happen. Just as a woman, women have to think about all those things. Men perhaps not so much, but you kind of, having a conversation is not easy. You make it look easy, and perhaps I find sometimes talking like this okay, but other times I wouldn't necessarily find it easy, so it just depends.
Yeah.
But you have got a lovely setting.
Oh, well, thank you.
And,
Yeah, I really like it. It's lovely. Regent's Park.
And it is lovely. But it's, but thank you for the opportunity
Well,
to
thank
chat
you
about
for-
something that
thank
is
you.
really tough
Yeah.
to talk about. And thank you for allowing me to interview
Oh,
you.
you're so sweet. Thank you.
That was so
Thank you.
funny.
Thanks.
Look, thank you so much.
And Lulu slightly disagrees. Now she's slightly agrees. Now she's agreeing. Lulu, come here. Lulu, come here. Yeah, she strongly agrees. Well, now she's off the charts
Well,
there.
there you are.
What's your name?
Alice.
Alice.
Yeah.
Peter. Very nice to meet you,
Very
Alice.
Very nice to
Thank
meet you
you very much,
too.
Alice.
You take care.
That was lovely. Thank you. I
That's all
appreciate
right.
it.
No worries.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.